Hi guys, welcome back. In today's video, you will get to see my failed attempts at a comic. Let's get started, shall we? So in the beginning, you just get to see me laying down a light wash of watercolor, which served as a background for the comic itself. I used a blue ballpoint pen for the sketching. However, you'll notice that the last page I did the sketching with a blue mechanical pencil just to try and achieve smaller details that the ballpoint pen couldn't. In the end, you'll probably notice there's a large gap with the coloring of the last page, and that is because I stopped filming to find additional gray tones, but I forgot to restart the camera, so there is a huge gap in terms of the last page, and I apologize when I noticed. It was absolutely maddening, and I promise it will not happen again. As for materials used, it was just a small comic that I did in my sketchbook. I used, as I said before, a Staedtler Ball 432 pen, a Pentel Colour Eno pencil, the Windsor Newton Cotman watercolors, Sakura brush pen in black, a micro fine liner, and I think it was a 04, Spectrum Noir alcohol-based markers, and some Sharpies. The inspiration behind this comic is actually a funny story. I used this as sort of my way of coming out to a friend. Now, I've been out to the public for about a year now, but I've been hesitating to come out to this one friend in particular because I wasn't entirely confident in his views and how he'd feel about it. So I didn't say anything for the longest time. And then we had a conversation a couple weeks back that kind of gave me a lot more confidence in terms of how I wanted to go about it. And I also learned a lot of things, and it taught me a lot about things that I was missing and I should have known. And I left that conversation with a sense of relief because it was no longer this big, huge issue that I was worried about. And I didn't actually come out during that conversation because I was just still pretty nervous. And then the time came this week where I was like, okay, I have to do it. I have no excuse anymore. He's not gonna abandon you, And that was one of the biggest things, was he was very important to me. And I was very worried that something would happen. It was very irrational of me, but I was like, okay, Caitlin, you have to do this. You have to tell him. And I couldn't do it. So I got home and I was like, okay, well, you can't not tell him just because you're nervous. So I made him this comic. And in the end, everything worked out. We had a brilliant conversation afterwards, and we had a moment, and I think it really kind of strengthened our relationship. And yeah, so in the end, everything worked out great, and I really had nothing to worry about. I was just being silly. But, So yeah, it looks like we're nearing the end of this video, so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys!